It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and welcome to our new series. So Moira and I were talking, and we have a ton of small paper pads, and we need to get them used. So time for a new series. So we asked a bunch of friends if they'd like to join in, and there should be a pretty amazing list for you down below. So I am starting off with Auburn Lane as my paper pad. So that's a 6x8. And I don't have any 12x12 papers for this. I only have a partial sticker sheet and a partial ephemera pack. So I decided this was the one I was going to start with. And one of my favorite ways to use smaller paper pads is to actually back cut files with them. So I am starting with this cut file from Cut to You, and I'll leave it linked down below. And I'm going to use a black piece of cardstock as my background. Now, the awesome part about this is when you don't have any 12x12 papers and you put a bunch of different patterns from a smaller paper pad in a cut file, you can go with a more subtle background. So that is what I am doing. I chose to do the black cardstock. So I went ahead and backed those. Then I'm going to take some of the other pieces, and my second favorite thing, and these aren't in order by any means, is to actually do multiple layers behind my photo. So I took several of the pieces from the 6x8 pad and did multiple layers behind this photo of my daughter. This is her fall photo from this year. So I'm going to mat that. And then a couple of other things that I like to do is to actually punch shapes out. In this case, I only did a tab punch, and I cut that out in the green. And then I felt like I needed some more color, considering the title I did basically in black and white with a little pop of pink. So I wanted to bring some of the layers that are behind my photo, some of those patterns, onto the background paper a little bit. So I went ahead and tore little cutouts out of the paper, and then those little scraps are perfect to add behind the layout. So you get a little bit of pop there. So just a couple of fun ways to use your small paper pads. So I'm going to glue everything down now that I've kind of got my design. If you look at it, it could almost read as a grid design, even though the bottom two grid, quote unquote, grid pieces are together in the title. But I glue everything down, and now I'm going to start embellishing. So I am going to pull out the cut apart sheet that comes in the small paper pad and try to use some of it first for embellishing. And I am going to cut out two phrases. One is going to say, "Let grace be your inspiration," and the other one is going to say, "Radiate positivity." And so I'm going to trim those down, and I am going to place them actually on top of that A, which is quite a big piece of pink pattern paper. So those two are going to go there. The tab that I punched out is also going to go by that A. So you can see that. I figure tabs are really good for school photos. And then I am going to go to my sticker sheet first. I'm going to add a couple of hearts in the A's. And then there is a sticker that says beautiful, and it is a beautiful sticker, and it fits so nicely in between the title. So I guess your title could be Beautiful Study Squad, Study Beautiful Squad. I don't know. However you want to read it is totally fine. It could just be A+ for all purposes involved. You can pick whatever you want. I don't think that titles are necessarily super important. I do like them on my layouts, but I don't think that it's kind of a must. But I do like them. So I tend to have them. But I do tend to have a couple of possibilities. So same in this case. Could be a couple of possibilities, and whatever you want to call it is totally fine. So now that I have gone through the stickers, I'm going to go through the ephemera pack and see what I have left. I decide to pull a lot of the foliage. So a lot of the leaves, a couple of the flowers, and I'm going to make just kind of a couple. I don't even know if you would really consider them clusters. I'm just kind of decorating the cut file and sticking the pieces in and on top and kind of around to give it a little bit more pizzazz, as well as the A gets a floral and I was going to say a sprig. I guess it's a sprig. Some leaves. And then I am going to look at the sticker sheet and I am going to pull a couple of the buttons. I don't know why, I just did. Went ahead and pulled those buttons. And then I believe I'm going to go off screen and glue everything down. And then I had this little smile perspective from Bramble Fox sitting on my desk. So it fit perfectly in that quote unquote white space up there at the top. So I'm going to add that. And that is going to do it for my layout. So I hope that we are encouraging you and inspiring you to dig out those small paper pads and use them. And there will be links to everybody playing down below. We're going to do this on the 3rd Saturday of each month. So you'll have tons and tons of inspiration to use those paper pads. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next month. Bye.